Hey, this is Rachel from the Life Facilitator, and I am sharing a plan with me today. I am going to talk about how I plan, and spoiler, this is kind of how I plan no matter what planner I am in. I have a process that I go through each week, and it is basically the same no matter what planner I'm in. So as we know, I do tend to jump around. And so for this plan with me, I'm going to share how I plan in the Cocoa Daisy personal ring inserts. I want to start by saying I actually find that these are some of the best personal size inserts I have ever seen because there is a little bit, it basically packs the most punch as it comes to this size of insert. This is a very small insert. This is roughly 3.5 by 6.75 inches tall. So it is quite small. It's meant to be portable. It's meant to, go in your purse. And because of that, sometimes a small insert can feel like you don't have enough room for things. And I am here to tell you that that is not the case based on the way these inserts are set up. And so let's go through them real quick in case you've never seen them before. So to start, you get a monthly divider, really pretty. And then there are monthly pages. As you can see, I've already put all of as what I know of the month on my monthly pages. And then from here, I have my weekly pages. Now you'll notice I don't have any dividers yet, and that's okay. I wanted to go ahead and get started in this insert, and so the dividers can come later. And in fact, I'm going to put that down here as something I need to complete for this week. You'll also notice that I have slit these pages, making them much easier to take in and out of the rings. So I have my weeklies, and I have set them up using the Cocoa Daisy Classic Cousin sticker kit. I don't know exactly but these are what the numbers look like. And I know I've mentioned this in I've mentioned this in other videos, but it is more than okay to start mid-month. I mean, so this is the 22nd of April that I'm starting these inserts, and that's okay. You're allowed to do that. The planner police are not coming for you. So I have dated, I should say, 3 weeks of the insert. I could go all the way, but I know that after this week, we are on a cruise. And so I know I will not be bringing my planner, so there's no real reason for me to date those pages. I will also probably memory keep that week elsewhere. So again, I stuck with the upcoming 3 weeks, and that works for me. And then I have the daily pages punched in here. The pages I do not have in here are the color block pages, and I have a different idea for these for this month. I think I'm going to disc punch them and make a little journal with them using the pages I'm going to trim down pages from the Simple notebook, and then my extra pages from my Daisy weeks that I don't use. So this will be how I'm going to memory keep for the month of May. All right, so I have everything in my planner ready to go, and now it's time to actually plan the week. So you'll notice here I have already started a brain dump on the these in-between pages. This is such a great use of the in-between pages. You don't have a lot of room, well, you don't really have any room for a brain dump on the actual weekly pages. So having these extra pages to sort of write all the things down is so useful. The other thing you could use these pages for are habit tracking. You could also almost create like a sidebar on these pages instead of having it on your weekly pages. Lots of options, but for today, I am using it as a brain dump. So I like to do this at the beginning of the week. Just write down all the things that are on my mind of things that I know need to get done at some point. And again, no matter the planner, this is what I do. If you receive the planner kit, you could also add that information on the notepad. This is great because then you could rip it off and then have it to look at as you are planning. And then when you're done, you could just punch it and add it to the middle pages. That's a great option too. Kind of wish I had thought of that earlier, but that's okay. I'll do it for next week. All right, so I have my brain dump, and this is going to get me started on things I want to make sure to accomplish this week. And I'm going to pull these pages out and refer to my calendar. Now, because it is still April, I don't have my April calendar here. So I am going to refer to my past planner, i.e. my April planner, which is still set up and ready to go. And what do I have for this week? I know I have a couple things. I have tutoring these 2 days, and then I have our trip to Chicago for the weekend. And those are my anchors. So those are the things that are planned, scheduled, normally would be on the calendar. So that's where I'm going to start. That's where I will, start my pages. And I'm going to use the, I don't actually, is this a crayon? Zebra Sensations. It looks kind of like a crayon, but anyway, I'm going to use it to split my pages. And the reason I want to split the pages is I want to have things that are my timed events on the sides, and then my to-dos on the other side, if that makes sense. So let me grab a ruler. And I think for the rest of the video, I will do a voiceover. So just so that I'm not distracted by trying to talk and plan at the same time. So keep watching if you want to see me plan out this week. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to split the page in half. And the reason I'm going to do this is I want to make sure to have a space for events and then a space for to-dos. When I'm horizontal planning, this is sort of my way of blocking as I would if it was a vertical layout. So I do like to separate my events from my to-dos. This just helps my brain see the information and sort of categorize it better. And so I am using the stickers from the Classic Cousin sticker kit, some of those label stickers, to create my boxes for my events. And then once I have this information down, and also I am referring to my monthly spread in order to gain the information about my weekly events. And then from here, I am plugging in the items from my brain dump list, and I am putting them where it makes the most sense for them to go. So for example, the 4/23 post, which is a blog post, I put that on Monday because it is due it goes live on Tuesday, so it has to get done Monday. So things that have to get done on a certain day, I tend to prioritize those. Those are my must-dos. And then from there, the list gets a little bit more would like to do, a hopeful list as opposed to a must-do. And I do color code. I have been color coding for a really long time, and I have mentioned this probably in most of my planning videos, but color coding helps me get a sense of sort of where I'm focusing my energy, and my color coding system does not change very much. And in fact, it even if like the collection changes, like this collection is a very green, yellow, bluish collection. It works great for my color coding. My color coding is yellow for work, blue for home admin things, and then pink is for personal. In this case, the pink is kind of like a salmon color. And so that color coding just helps. It just helps. It creates sort of, what am I trying to say? It creates buckets for my information. So I'm not just looking at a to-do list and sort of not knowing where things are meant to go. And part of the reason I love these personal ring inserts is because the weekly pages are graph, and it just makes setting up this weekly spread so easy because the graph lines are just perfect. And then as my to-dos are sort of added to the week, I also like to schedule things that don't already have a schedule. So things like working out, I do like to add it to my schedule like it's an event because it's important. If it's important enough for me to want to do it, I want to put it into my schedule like an event. And so as you can see, I have my workouts scheduled for the week. And that just helps. It helps me prioritize it. If I don't schedule it, it is likely not to happen. And I have weeks and weeks of planner pages where I don't schedule the things that I want to make a priority, and they just don't happen. So that is a trick I've learned over the years, is especially for me with a schedule that doesn't, like I work from home, and so I do have to create my own schedule. And so prioritizing certain things and giving them a time and just sort of deciding once on those things, that's a very lazy genius Kendra Adachi phrase, but I have over the years decided once that 1:00 is my sort of workout time, and I don't do other things during that time. I just focus on some sort of movement of my body, much like also 5 p.m. on days that I don't have tutoring are my in the kitchen time. So whether it's meal prepping or cleaning or something like that, it's just I decided once, and that's how it is. Okay, as I've been blabbing, I have moved on to my daily pages. So I've gone ahead and set up my daily pages, and I only set up Monday through Friday. I do not do daily pages on the weekends. My weekends are really dedicated to rest and recharging and not doing a lot of to-dos. This is my second favorite thing about these inserts are the daily pages. I think these are the most perfect daily pages that ever existed because there is room for the to-dos, the lists, and then there's also room for one of my favorite planning practices, which is time blocking. So I set up a time block on the graph page on the other side, and then I go ahead and add all of my to-dos, my lists on the right page. Now, the way I list changes depending on the day or depending on sort of what needs to be done. But what doesn't change is the time blocking hourly side. When I use daily pages, part of the reason I'm using a daily page is for time blocking, is to see where my time is going. And again, like I said, because I work from home and my schedule is managed only by me, it's incredibly important that I create a timed schedule for myself. Now, do I always stick to the schedule? No, not always, but it helps me not look at the day ahead of me and schedule too much or schedule too little. So, as you can see, there are a couple of blanks in there, and that is purposeful because I don't want to over schedule my time. But I have given what's priority attention. So thanks for watching, and I hope this was helpful. If it is, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video.